Oh, hello. Hello. Good morning. Yeah, finally relaxed from a, a couple of days inconvenience and in grieving. Well, so I think I can record some radio now. Is I'm breathing good today. Okay, there's one interesting thoughts I want to share with others is about Moses. Basically, it's the first Moses I met is as a senior in a high school. That's the first time I heard somebody's name is Moses in Chinese and both in English. And then later I met a few more. I guess people like to be Moses because they think Moses is a great biblical figures in the Bible. I agree to it. If you look at the whole life of Moses, but personally I have different perspective on Bible, especially the writing from Moses. I think they're not simple rules. It's a very great manual. Pardon me, because I work in computer and IT my whole life. I see it is a great manual on how to operate mankind on earth. So, and also it's that illustrate by example that I see all the biblical figure is one of the other example. It not just when you look at the computer manual is for example, many of them illustrate with how to operate correctly. But sometimes you will find some manual will give you some incorrect example to highlight, to simply tell you that don't do it. Then yeah, that's how I look at the Bible, especially Old Testament and the prophets' words, Moses' writing. It's a good operation instruction for me to live on earth correctly. It doesn't mean that I have to dress like an Israelite, but I would say the context how it becomes good or bad based on the consequence. Then you say you should take an example of how I should live and today. But I probably will give you a more detailed video as about that, sharing that thoughts. But today I just want to focus on Moses, the biblical figure, and a human once lived on earth. And I just want to focus Moses at age 79. Why age 79? If you look at the life in Moses, I think everyone will admire Moses at his last 40 years serving God. His first 40 years living in the Egyptian royal family as an adopted prince. That is also triggered many people's fascination. But however, in the middle, that part, the 40 years in the wilderness as a shepherd for his father-in-law, that I don't hear many people. I don't hear many people talk about that part, but to me that's fascinating. Why? Because look at it. At age 79, before he met God having called Moses to release my people from Egypt's freedom, he basically is just another shepherd. I don't know whether he had his flock or his property, but in the Bible just say he serving his father-in-law. Unlike what they describe as Jacob, and it looks to me he doesn't have his own flock. He just basically live and serve in his father-in-law's family. The only thing is, and also it's based on his naming of his children. He didn't seems to have a happy life in this land. It's just strange. Just telling it's a stranger living in a strange land. So I would say at 79, in modern term, you have to think about your retirement. For modern people, just like us, you have to think of retirement. You work the whole year. You basically just earn your living. You doesn't get it much. So you have your family, you have the children, and you're still working, and you think about whether should I retire or not. In modern term, I know it's back in those days the retirement doesn't in the mind, because that's a modern concept. However, if you just find to look at the finger, it's what you will say. What did I do the whole life? I mean, I have the glorious time. Now I just basically I have equal amount of time just as a nobody in the on the strange land, doing nothing. As basically all my life is look at these dumb stubborn sheep, take up the whole flock, going here and there, feed them, protect them, and basically nothing. I mean, in those circumstances, I think it's only thing with the you will start thinking a lot, because, well, what do you want to do? Talk to the sheep? And then basically you have nothing in those wonderland. But I would say, if you look at this one, when God called him, he even say, okay, find another one. Because he's something, this is a great chance, but he'll say, oh, no, not me, it's not me. I think in his mind, his belief, his life is basically done. That's it. Okay? Just leave me alone. What am I going to do with those people? I mean, they don't welcome me, they don't accept me. I did it my own way, but it's turned out I have to live my life, live and fleeing out of Egypt as a fugitive the whole time. So what are you going me to do? And at that status, the fascinating part is, yeah, we know the story is what happened next. But before that, before God chose him, before he eventually answered God's calling, he basically is a nobody on earth, just like you and me. The final change is God called him and he responds. I think that's the main point. That's always fascinating. Moses at age 79. I mean, if he puts some modern concept into Moses' mind, he probably think about, okay, I should start think of something for my children. I should start thinking of something for my retirement. What I can do after I cannot do the shepherding anymore. What I have to face my wife, and there's a lots of different thoughts coming to a mind of the modern person, just like that. But okay, think about your retirement, whether your funding is good enough, whether you can pay off the mortgage finally, you can have the arrangement with your children, what you're going to do, retirement settlement, where you're going to live, where you're going to spend the rest of your life, what are you going to do with the day when you don't have to work and you have to face your partners and the rest of your life. How do you deal with the new topics? Think about it. Let's think about it. What makes Moses different is God's called him. Is this really that different? And do you really think God only called Moses? Do you think really God doesn't call other people to perform the position, do some right thing on earth? If you study the Moses Torah carefully, you find it's not just for the Israel, it's just to demonstrate how you should live on earth, as a mankind according to God's design. The set of Israel is just a demonstration to the other people what is the right way to live on earth, and why is the right way, because it's going to bring the harmony among the nation. The P2Bs, against, you don't have to worry about the war if everybody follow that instruction. You won't want to kill, you don't want to envy other people, other nations' treasure. You're just satisfied with what you can get from your own land through your work. You can faithful to your family, and nobody will actually steal from your family or your country. That's, and also it's if those who need it, who are helpless, you can expect other people will have passion on them and start help them to release them from the status, or take care of them when they cannot do things for their life. And just like the widow and the children, that's the description in the Bible. It just answered the calling, make Moses different from other people. If Moses refused to answer the call, I'm pretty sure there will be another one to take the Israel out from Egypt. But is God chose Moses? He has his own reason. He had his own reason, that not because he was a princess or whatever. It's just because he chose him before he become adopted. There's lots of things God chose him for his reasoning, I don't know. But I don't think it's because Moses is special, just because God chose him. And that is, I always think about Moses at age 49, 79. I thought about this for a long time ago, more than 10 years. Of course, now I can say my life, 30 years in Hong Kong and 30 years in Canada almost. And I come to the time of retirement. I'm not saying like Moses, I'm going to live to age 90. If I can live up to age 70 or whatever kind of miracle in the modern medical history. But it's not about that, it's just something is the calling is for everyone to just live like the God created subject, what He will is good when He was first created mankind. I think this is a general calling for everyone to live like as He designed it in the first place.